In today's Pravachan, Maharaj beautifully emphasizes the supreme refuge we have in the Sadguru. He reminds us that steadiness of mind, contentment, and fearless surrender are not ideals for some distant goal, but the natural fruits of a life anchored in the divine name and trust in the Guru's grace. He reiterates his assurance to us, "Be what you may, but never give up the Lord's name." As we reflect on this, let us look into the life of Shri Harichand Thakur, a great saint and social reformer from Bengal, who embodied surrender to the divine and Guru in a time of great hardship and oppression. We must face any situation that arises with an undaunted, unaffected mind. The mind is unmoved by any extraneous thing or circumstance if it remains absorbed in contemplation of God. We can achieve this by dint of steady practice, but without worrying about it. Think lovingly of God, leave your cares to His able shoulders, and keep your mind in unperturbed restfulness, joyfulness. Inherent propensities are not controlled by command, they are purified and ennobled by diverting them towards God. Remember always that everything that happens is by His will. Ascribe calamities as well as pleasing happenings to Him, and be contented to live as He wills you to. Some kind of apparent cause is required to stimulate the love of God that is dormant in the heart. Pilgrimage to holy places and association with holy persons are such a common cause. Even Shri Rama performed such pilgrimages and met holy persons. To associate with saints and the saintly, with some ulterior motive at the back of the mind, is not the proper thing to do. A saint may occasionally grant a mundane wish, but by and large, his object is to create in you disgust for worldly interests, and thereby, the heart may be purified and elevated by mere association with such noble minds. The divine name itself provides such association, because at the back of it stands God Himself. An upsurge of mundane desire is the effect of Maya, or forgetting God, whereas remembering the divine name is a sign of remembrance of God. The ultimate aim of all religious austerities, all penance, is a burning desire to surrender unreservedly to God. One who so utterly surrenders himself no longer remains distinct and separate. His identity merges into God. To achieve this is the goal of Paramartha. You should never feel hesitation in admitting that you are the disciple of your Sadguru. You may be sure you are under my protection. I am immune to both pleasure and pain, and yet I feel sorry when you feel distressed or depressed. So take care never to feel distress or depression. I am perfectly aware of the common man's worries, and it is with this full awareness that I exhort you to devote yourself to nama-smarana. I have said it before and I say it again, be what you may, but never give up the Lord's name. Shri Harichand Thakur, who lived from 1812 to 1878, was born into a marginalized community in Bengal. He faced not only economic hardship, but also, systemic caste discrimination. In the midst of all this oppression, Harichand received a profound inner calling. He realized God within his own self and proclaimed that, divine experience is the birthright of every human being, not just the privileged few. Once, during a severe famine, the villagers who followed him were starving. There were absolutely no resources, no external help at all. Harichand, without any anxiety, told them to gather and chant the name of Hari. His quiet conviction and unwavering trust in the divine name created such calmness and unity among the people that, honestly, the surrounding villagers noticed. A local landowner, who had previously ridiculed him, came to their aid, moved by the dignity and surrender of Harichand's community. Harichand would often say, he who calls upon Hari with full heart will never be abandoned. The Lord Himself becomes the provider. This incident really reflects Maharaj's teaching today, that distress need not be fought with outer resources, but with inner rootedness in nama and surrender to God's will. Harichand's entire life was, honestly, an example of being upheld by the Sadguru's invisible hand. Maharaj gives us a living promise today. You may be sure you are under my protection. Be what you may, but never give up the Lord's name. This is not just a poetic sentiment, but actually a practical foundation for our lives. Let us deepen our commitment to nama-smarana and live in the steady awareness of our Guru's grace. It is this subtle yet solid support that will truly see us through every upheaval.